Good day, great day, and grand day to you all. Welcome back to another segment of Dr. TSA Series, a spiritual discussion. My name is Dr. Terry Ordate, and today's topic is reacting to how people make you feel. Now, this can be or considered a funky topic. Right? We get into all kinds of situations in life where people are saying things or doing things, and we often say, well, you made me feel this, or you made me feel that, or you made me feel, it's your fault because you made me feel this. So let me preface this by saying relationships are one of the greatest tools that we have here on this planet, in this, on this journey called life, right? Especially close relationships, especially our nuclear family, because that's where the energy connection is so strong, and we've invested so much in those relationships that if something happens between a loved one, or if a loved one criticizes us or tells us something that's unbecoming, or tells us something, we tend to feel these feelings, right? But what I want to say about feelings is that, based on a previous discussion that I've had here on Dr. TSA Series, I mentioned that your feelings are the voice of your spirit. So when you are engaged in conversations, or when you're having an argument, or when you're experiencing something at the hand or by the hand of someone else, and you have these feelings that come up within you, is it truly the person that is making you feel what it is you're feeling? Our relationships with others mimics the relationship we have with ourselves. I need to say that again. Okay? Our relationship with others reflect or mimics the relationship that we have with our spirit. And so our spirit will use those closest to us to help elicit these feelings within us, because once again, based on the relationship you have with your spirit is trying to tell you or signal you onto the state in which your relationship with your spirit really is. That was a mouthful. So let me break that down. You're having an argument, all of a sudden you're feeling something, you're feeling disrespected, right? I get that a lot, I'm feeling disrespected. That feeling of disrespect, sometimes it can really dig deep. It can really hit you to the core. Can someone who you're in conversation with, someone that you're arguing with, actually go on the shelf and take a feeling of disrespect and put it inside you exactly where you feel it, exactly where it pinches you? Can someone know exactly within you where to place that feeling of disrespect? Is that possible? Can I really hurt your feelings? Can I go in and say, yep, I'm going to hurt that feeling right there. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to hurt your feelings because you need to feel it. We don't have that power. That is impossible. I've heard people say, well, he knows exactly how to get under my skin. Well, yes, people will do things with the information that you give them. If you tell them every time you do that, I will do this, right? So now you've kind of substitute them for eliciting those feelings within you. But what you're exactly feeling, no one can really understand it, because it's your feelings. It was typed just for you. Why? Why is that? That energy was typed for you specifically because your spirit wants to send home a message. Your spirit wants to get you to hear your true self out. Your spirit is sending you a message about the condition of your relationship with your spirit. And the only way, I say that with caution, but I'm going to continue on. The only way that your spirit can show you or help you get on track to repairing that relationship is to ensuring that your spirit uses people outside of you that you have these close relationships with, so that you can feel on the level on which you feel, because this close relationship mimics the relationship that you're supposed to have with your spirit. Whew, that was a mouthful, but it was also deep. As I'm saying it, I'm resonating with it because it just reminds me of my own experiences of having to go through challenges in life, understanding that the person who is being used, if I can say it in that way, to behave in this way, to elicit these emotions within me, was a call for me to focus and acclimatize myself, re-energize, reconnect with my essence, because my spirit was saying, knock, 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 we're losing you. So whenever situations happen and you are feeling a certain way, it's important to ask yourself, why am I feeling this in this moment right now? And what is the true lesson of the moment? Now, ego will always interrupt and tell you something else and enter in your head and tell you some other validation to give you your out, to distract you from the moment, from connecting with your spirit. And your ego will easily tell you, blame the person outside of you. It has nothing to do with you. You had nothing to deal with the situation. Oftentimes, if you are paying attention and you are in the moment, you will feel, one, whether or not your spirit told you to back away or nudged you to go a different direction or nudged you not even to engage in this conversation. But still, we engage. And then when we engage, something horrible happens. Had we listened to that nudge, we would not be in that experience. Hence, why spirit needed to show you or bring a certain lesson to you, whether it's disconnecting with your ego and understand that the person in front of you is a loved one, whatever the case may be. I'm short of examples tonight, but I want to share that with you, that on this spiritual journey, on this journey called life, the relationships that we engage in are important because they are a mirror. We are, or especially in intimate relationships, we are mirrors to each other. And we often get into relationships with individuals where, one, we have similarities and where we can teach and learn from each other, right? And two, sometimes someone has expanded in an area in their consciousness on the same issues that you struggle with, right? But they're designed, or they were sent to you in that way, or they were sent to you so that they can help you manage that same issue differently. I often bring that perspective when I'm working with clients who are couples and, they're complaining about who said what and what they said and what the other person said. But they oftentimes are complaining about the same issue, but the experiences of those issues are different, or maybe the level in which they're explaining or the level in which they are at makes it look different, but the core essence of what's going on is the same. And so relationships are one of the most important tools that we have here on this planet. When we first come here, the first relationships we get to cultivate on this planet is with our families, whether it's you're coming into your nuclear family, whether it's through adoption, whether it's through biological parents, whether it's family members, right? We develop these relationships have strong energy connections, and our lessons or the difficult, challenging times often comes from those that are closest to us, because the relationship or the energy connection is so deep. Once again, that energy connection is so deep because the energy connection that we're supposed to have with our spirit, which is the true sense of who we are, is supposed to be so deep. And so when we're hurt on a deep level, is because our spirit is hurt on a deep level. And the question that we have to ask in that moment is, what is the lesson within me, for me in this moment? Spirit, why is this occurring at this moment? And what are the lessons that I need to learn to come out of this with higher consciousness, with higher understanding, so that I may be healed, so that I may be able to repair my relationship with you? Because when we are well, when we cultivate that relationship with ourselves, when we are at peace, we become that. You are energized with that. You become it. And so when you become it, the only thing that you can attract your way is that with the similar energy type. But if you have a whole lot of unresolved issues and are not taking accountability for the feelings that we have, for the feelings that we experience, and taking the time to go through that, to comb through those feelings and address them with our spirit, we'll be going around and around and around in circles, blaming everyone else except looking within. Eventually, you'll run out of people to blame, and the buck will stop with you. I'll give you an example. We experience things in life where we're constantly repeating the same issue over and over and over again, regardless of the type of relationship, regardless if it's a relationship with your mother, your father, a family member, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife. We are an employer at work, a colleague. If you start to see that the same issue is being repeated over and over and over and over again, the issue stems from you. Better said, the lesson is for you to learn. Your spirit is trying to show you the condition of where you are. Your spirit wants to bring you to another level, but without addressing that core issue, without looking at self, without looking deep within, without having a conversation or reflecting on the state of your spirit, you will not get there. And unfortunately, sometimes trauma occurs, and therefore that's how we begin to deal with certain feelings or issues that we experience. It is so important when cultivating this relationship with your spirit, reconnecting fully with your spirit, to pay attention to what your feelings are. Honoring your feelings despite what anyone says, despite whether anyone agrees or whether anyone understands it. It's so important to understand and stay true to your feelings. That is your right to feel what it is you are feeling. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. Your feelings are your right. Your feelings are the voice of your spirit. You are your spirit. So I'll stop on that note. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you again for joining Dr. TSA Series. Remember that you're loved. Namaste.